everybody. Brian Salter here with Salter Racing Engines. Today I thought I'd take the opportunity to show you something that can be a really big problem, but it has a really simple fix. And what might that problem be? Well, in today's world, there are various ways to design cylinder heads. There's various ways to run cam and lifter, spring, rock arm packages. And when you're dealing with something that has rules involved, such as this particular case, customer will send me something to say, hey, you know, make this perform, and here are the rules. We have to run a spring that has to be this diameter, and so on and on. You're dealing with a set of rules, or maybe you're just working on your own personal car, and you get the springs you need. And lo and behold, you go to put the spring on, and it don't fit. It won't fit your guide, it don't fit the valve seal, and so now you're thinking, what the heck? I have to run this diameter spring. What am I going to do? It's a really simple thing to do. So, traditionally speaking, okay, now again, mostly what I talk about is racing engines, okay? But traditionally speaking, you'll have guide diameters of various sizes. And because especially when you're dealing with stock heads, the guide diameters could be all over the place. But in high performance world, there's pretty much two common sizes. One of those is a 530 thousandths diameter guide, and the other is a 500 diameter guide. And those are the two most common that I see. And so I want to show you what we're talking about. We're talking about the very tops of the guide, that outside diameter. In this case, we have a guide. These are bronze guides, very good, right? That the diameter is 530, and so with a steel jacketed valve stem seal, they're not going to fit the spring. So the answer is, I purchased a set of valve seals that fit a 500 thousandths diameter valve guide, and these are Teflon, not the steel jacket. You can see the difference. I've got one here out. These are just pure Teflon, right? And they are definitely smaller than the steel jacketed valve seal. These are great, okay? They're very, very, very good, but you have to be extremely careful installing them or removing them because you can tear them. They tear very easy. And as you can see, this clearly fits inside the spring. And now it's stuck. Thank you, Mr. Valve Seal. There we go. Okay, so what I want to do today is show you how to do this. You can do this yourself. You don't need a machine shop. What you do need to do is you need to have a good drill with a good chuck, and you need to have a steady hand and patience, okay? Now, what I have right here is a valve guide tool. The valve stems in this particular head are 11/32, and so this is a guide that will center this up in the valve guide, okay? I'm going to set the camera where you can see what I'm doing. But this is 11/32 as well, and what these things have cutters on them, and they're going to turn down the outside diameter of this valve guide to 500 thousandths so that we can install these seals, so that we can install these springs. We'll stay within the rules, everybody's happy, and he has a good functioning cylinder head that hopefully will blow the doors off the competition. And I expect nothing less. Now, with that being said, these things are not that much money, guys. For less than $150, this wasn't even nowhere near that. Well, it was I don't remember what it was. It was $100 or so. I next dated it because I needed it right now. I have 3 of them sitting over there on the table, and the problem with the 3 that I had is they were wide-bodied, and they were going to get into the spring pocket before I had the valve guide cut to the depth I want it, and I don't want to disturb the spring pocket because I don't need to. So I bought this one. It's much more smaller body. This one comes from Howard's Cams. You can get it at Summit Racing. And it has HRC 92035 as a part number. Just Google Summit Racing, you know, 500 thousandths valve guide cutter. Bam, there you go. So when you get these, make sure your Allen wrench is tight. Right here, there's an Allen set screw because you can adjust how far you want to be. And you got the triple blade that locks into your chuck really well. There is a secret to using this. It's not really a secret, but if you're not careful, you'll get what we call the death wobble on a chopper or a bicycle, this kind of motion. You'll get that with a drill, and I'm going to show you how to not get that with a drill. So let me get this camera readjusted, and I'm going to show you how to do this. It's super easy, super fast, and I'm going to show you what to look for and just how to do it. It's easy, guys. And that's what I'm here for, is to teach people how to do and make their engines better, make their engines faster, make their engines live. That's the whole purpose of my channel. All right, so hang tight and we'll get this thing set up for you. Okay, we're back, and real quick I wanted to show you the ones I was talking about. See these wide body cutters? They're made for, most of my stuff is very high RPM racing, and these were made for really large spring pockets, and I didn't want to get into that, so this one only touches the guide, not the pocket. Okay, so what we're going to do, as you can see, that's going to sit right in there nice and smooth. The glass cleaner is because my phone was, I needed to clean it so y'all could see better. Let's see, we'll zoom in here. Okay, you should be able to see that working with one hand. There we go. Okay, if you notice right here, you can see this guide. I did this one already, and here's one that has not been done. And you can see the ridges on it, and that is made to grip the valve seal, and however, they're certainly not necessary. Okay, there we go. This is simple. We make sure it's the right one. I've already marked it, and by the way, I'll show you this. We are 5:30 to start. Let me get this out of the way, and you can see. Whoop, there it is. That is the diameter of the top of that guide right now. And as you can see right here, when we mic it, it is 500 on the button. So it does a really nice job, but it does a nice job because I know how to use it, and I'm going to teach you how to use it. Because if you don't use it right, you can cut it crooked and really have a bad day. And then you wind up having to put new guides in. Okay, the key to this tool right here, number one, in the world of machining, we have two terminologies that we use. It's called feed and speed, okay? Speed is how fast we're turning the cutting tool, how fast we're spinning something. And the feed rate is how fast you're pushing the part through the cutting tool, or in this case, how fast we're going to be pushing down on the drill. The key to not getting the death wobble, if you will, is to put very light pressure on this thing and let it do the cutting. All right, so I'm going to demonstrate here. So I apologize, my phone ran out of memory on me, so we'll do this again for you. I'll cut another one and go through that again. Okay, now, how did I know when to stop? Let's see if we can zoom in. There we go. And move this, there we go, one side by side here. All right, so you'll notice that there is a a little ledge here, if you will. Where am I at? There's the camera. Can you guys see that? Okay. There's a ledge here, okay? Right there. Nope, you still can't see. Let me get right over the top of this thing. There we go. All right. There's a ledge right here. And, wow, guys. Yours truly is having a rough day here. Okay, there we go. There it is. This is a ledge. This is what keeps it from falling in. It's a step that is machined into the valve guide. And I ain't cutting into that, okay? Not cutting into that whatsoever. What we want to do is just cut down to it and stop. We just want to cut down to it and stop. I am so sorry, y'all. I bet you're about ready to vomit about now. I'm just cutting down to this ledge. So when I see my cutter get right here, that's it. That's all I need, okay? So when you do this correctly, everything should turn out to the correct size it should be. All right, and in this case, we're looking for, oops, be on the right one. We should be at 500. And there we are, 499.5 or something, which is perfect. Okay, I have my Teflon seal, and I have really tough hands, but you should be able to, with some effort, a little bit of effort, push this on there all the way down. I don't beat on them. There is install tools. I've actually made them out of aluminum. Plastic would be great to make one out of. It's kind of cupped out and it fits the outer edge of this really nice. But just be easy with these because you can tear them. I don't want you to do that. And you can get something, don't do what I'm doing, okay? Just make sure it's seated all the way down. And then the whole point of this is to make sure your valve spring fits. And there you have it. All right, so a really big problem, but also a really easy fix. And so now we can finish this job up and he'll have a nice job. And yeah, that's it. Stay tuned, guys. I apologize for not putting out more videos, but I am so busy. I'm telling you right now. I got a lot going on, so hey, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to buy a shirt or a hat or something. All right, have a blessed day. Later.